we have the current stock market update for Microstrategy Incorporated, stock ticker MSTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 2-hour time frame. And as we can see here, we do have a bit of a price gap upward to start the trading session. And the result of this has been a new high. So we will have to revise some of these price levels here because the stock has now posted a new all-time high. So as we're looking currently, we have to say that this old resistance at 227.15 has now been broken, and this new high comes in at 230.99. So at the moment, we are seeing a little bit of resistance here. We are seeing somewhat of a pullback. If we were to sort of drill onto the shorter term time frames here, we would see a bit more of a pronounced price gap that has developed right around this trading period here. So at the moment, we are seeing some selling pressure, probably coming from profit taking at these upper levels. And the risk here now to the downside is that if we do continue to see prices fall lower, we could wind up filling this price gap. It doesn't seem so large on this price chart, but we're really not looking at a short-term time frame here. So I do want to stay sort of pulled out here for a moment because I think that it's a good idea to first sort of reassess the Fibonacci analysis that we were conducting previously, because there are some different signals now that are starting to develop. Specifically, what I would be looking at now as a major level of support to the downside would be found right around 205, just below there. I'm going to call this 204.90. So previously we were looking at some regions right around 185, but now I think that we've moved up a bit here, especially with these new highs. So this does also give us the prospect of a higher low as well, as we can see here. And overall share price action, as now that we have been able to reassess this Fibonacci study here, we can see that this more near-term support level does come in right around this 23.6% Fibonacci retracement of the move from 114.27 to now 230.99. Now, we don't know if this is going to be the ultimate top here. We don't really have, the near-term price movements necessarily. We don't exactly know where things are going to close here. But the reason that I'm focusing on this area in particular is because we are starting to see some resistance. We are starting to see some selling pressure. So I'm just going to base this off the fact that this could be the near-term high here. And if it does turn out to be the near-term high, this major level now to the downside comes in at 204.90. So this area is the price low roughly from October 23rd. This price low would have come in right around 204.97, so just below that 205 mark. And then in addition to that, we also have this 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level, which is this red zone here that's coinciding very closely with that area. Additionally, also, we have this 50-period exponential moving average, which is this orange line here that is currently moving right into contact with that area. So in my view, this is the main level of support now to watch to the downside. If people were looking for opportunities to buy this stock on a dip, on a retracement lower, probably more of a shorter term trade in my view, I would be looking at this 204.90 level as one potential candidate, although there are levels that can be seen lower from there as well. Some of the prior levels that we were watching here still look very valid in my view. As we can see, this 38.2% fib retracement level is also coinciding quite closely, not only with this 100-period exponential moving average, which is this purple line here, but also with the price lows that were developed during the October 17 trading session, which came in at 185.81. So, there's a lot going on here right around the same area. So what this has done here, what this latest price movement has done is give us some very clear levels to watch on the downside, and that is a good idea. That is a good development for anybody that's possibly looking to buy on dips. If you do have a bullish stance on this stock and you were looking to buy the stock, these would be levels that you would be watching here as potential retracement zones. Additionally, if you're already long this stock, you do have to sort of remember the fact that we have seen a lot of upside price movement here in a relatively short period of time. So this entire price move from 114.27 to just below 231 has unfolded since roughly September 6th. So we're looking at less than 2 months here, and there has been, this is a very, this is a doubling in share prices. Essentially, it's more than that if we're looking at the highs relative to the lows. So this is a lot of upward price movement in less than 2 months. So it really shouldn't be totally surprising if we do start to see some retracements here. That would just be a natural course of things for the larger market. So just before I close out the video here, I will look at the indicator reading as well to see what signals can be developed in this area. And as we can see here, there is a bit of a bearish divergence condition that is starting to develop here because this recent price high would coincide with this price high in the relative strength index. So, as we can see, the stock is making new highs, but the indicator reading is not making new highs. So that is a bearish divergence condition. We can't just ignore that. And that's also being accompanied by a bit of a negative momentum trend line in that relative strength index reading. However, at the same time, this is being balanced with the fact that, there are a few different ways of looking at the bullish momentum that has also developed for this stock. So, overall, there are some conflicting signals that are being sent here. We do have some negative momentum signal. We also have a bearish divergence condition, but then at the same time, you do have two momentum trends that are focused in the positive direction. And those are also longer term in nature. So, you would have to call this a somewhat neutral reading, even though these signals are a bit different. I mean, in one case, you've got a bearish divergence. In another case, you've got a longer term reading that is occurring in more than one instance. So you do have two different trend lines here that are starting to develop. And even if we break below one, you still have this additional positive momentum trend line that could continue to support prices. So there are a few different signals to watch at the moment. And the main question at this point is, how far our share price is going to retrace here before they actually start to find a bottom. And here we have the two main levels that I would be watching to the downside as potential support zones. So here's the current stock market update for Microstrategy, stock ticker MSTR. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.